day, everyone. This video is the part 2 of factoring polynomials completely. So in this discussion, I'll give you another example on how to factor polynomial functions wherein the given polynomial function has no constant term. So I'll be teaching you on how to solve for that. Let's go to the first example. Let us factor p of x equals x raised to 4 plus 5x cubed minus 4x squared minus 20x completely. You will notice that in a given polynomial function, we have no constant term. In the previous video discussion, I taught you that the first step in factoring polynomials completely is you have to list all the factors of the constant. Since in our given polynomial function here, we don't have a constant, what we're going to do is to factor out the common variable for us to have a constant. So this will be our step 1. Let us factor out the common variable. So what is the common variable in this given polynomial function? You will notice that each term contains x. So we have here x raised to 4, x cubed, x squared, and x. That means x could be factored out. So if we're going to factor out x, we put that outside the parentheses and let's do the division process for us to get the other factor. So this will be our another factor. How did we arrive at this? We have x raised to 4 divided by x, and that's equal to x raised to 3. Next is to divide 5x cubed by x, that's equal to 5x squared. And then negative 4x squared divided by x, that's equal to negative 4x. And then we have negative 20x divided by x, that's equal to negative 20. Now that we were able to factor out the common variable, which is x, therefore x plus 0, or x here, is a factor. That means x cubed plus 5x squared minus 4x minus 20 is our first depressed equation. Now that we have the first depressed equation, you can see that we already have a constant here. That means we can already use the steps that we have used in the previous video discussion. So the second step is we have to list the factors of the constant term of our first depressed equation. So our constant term here is equal to 20. So here are the factors of 20. We have positive and negative 1, positive and negative 2, positive and negative 4, positive and negative 5, positive and negative 10, and positive and negative 20. So these are the factors of our constant term in the first depressed equation, which is 20. We now proceed to step number 3. But before that, let us copy step number 2 for our reference. We have here our first depressed equation and the factors of 20. So let us proceed to step number 3. Step number 3 is you have to use the first depressed equation as the dividend, and then choose among the factors listed and use it as the synthetic divisor. So we have here the first depressed equation. We will be writing the coefficients of the first depressed equation. We have positive 1, positive 5, negative 4, negative 20. Now from the factors of 20, we will be choosing any factors listed and we use it as our synthetic divisor. Again, this is a trial and error part because we don't know which factors of 20 are the factors of our first depressed equation. Let's try if 1 is a factor. So the first step is you have to bring down 1 and then proceed to 2 operations. We have the multiplication and then addition. We will be doing it repeatedly until we reach the last coefficient. Take note that for us to have a lesser writing or lesser solution, we have to do mental math here. Let's do this one. We have 1 times 1 is equal to 1. 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. And then you put 6 there. And then you go back again to multiplication and then addition. 6 times 1 is equal to 6. 6 plus negative 4 is equal to positive 2. And then we multiply again. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. 2 plus negative 20 is equal to negative 18. Since our remainder is not equal to 0, that means x minus 1 is not a factor. Let us use another factor. Let's try to use negative 5 and let's see if x plus 5 will be a factor of this polynomial function. First step is you have to bring down 1. We have here 1 and then proceed to the two operations, which is multiplication and then addition. We have 1 times negative 5 is equal to negative 5. Negative 5 plus 5, that's equal to 0. And then we multiply 0 and then negative 5, that's equal to 0. 0 plus negative 4, that's equal to negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 5, we have 20, and then 20 plus negative 20 is equal to 0. Now our remainder is equal to 0. That means x plus 5 is a factor of our first depressed equation. Now that we were able to get the second factor, which is x plus 5, let us now write 1, 0, and negative 4 as our second depressed equation. So we have x raised to 2 minus 4. Now we will be using second depressed equation to get the other factors. From step number 3, we were able to get the second depressed equation. Now we will be using this second depressed equation to find the other factors. So let's proceed to step number 4. If the depressed equation is a quadratic function, it can easily be factored. Now, let us factor out x raised to 2 minus 4, equate that one to 0, and let's find for the factors. First step is you have to put two parentheses here and then we split x. And then next is we have to get the factors of negative 4. Take note that the middle term here is equal to 0. So that means we have to look for the factors of 4 that when you add will become 0. So here are the complete factors of negative 4. We have negative 1 times 4, 1 times negative 4, and then 2 times negative 2. There is only one factor that when you add will become 0, and that is 2 and then negative 2. So we will be using these two factors as the factors of x squared minus 4. So let's write here positive and then negative, and then positive 2, then negative 2. We have x plus 2 is a factor, and then x minus 2 is also a factor. Where we're able to get all the factors, let us proceed to the last step of this process. Let us proceed to the last step, or step number 4. Let us gather all the factors of the given polynomial function. So here are the complete factors of x raised to 4 plus 5x cubed minus 4x squared minus 20x. Therefore, p of x is equal to x times x plus 5 times x minus 2 times x plus 2. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to update you on my next videos.